by Marcel Pronovo. It's Copeland flicking it down the ice to the little blue line. 3 seconds, 2, 1, the game is over. The Toronto Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup.
What a tremendous hockey game this was. Fantastic.
54 years without a championship would be putting it lightly. Years of domination, 13 Stanley Cups, and a plethora of Hall of Famers. But now, heroes of days past feel more like folktales than fact. For years now, Toronto has broken millions of hearts. Time and time again. We all know the Maple Leaf shortcomings. They've fallen so far from the glory days. Is it even possible to recover? It won't be easy. It might not be pretty. However, GM Thumbs is here to save the six.
The Maple Leaf Hockey Club have been champions, and they will be champions again. The legend will be back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my brand new NHL 22 franchise mode here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with the Maple Leafs. Did any of you expect that? Well, I didn't. I've thought about it for a little while. This is going to be something different from what I usually do. This isn't going to be a long one, not 25 years, not 10 years. We're aiming to 3 to 5 seasons, or until we win a Stanley Cup, which could be year number 1 with these Maple Leafs. I want to win a Stanley Cup for the six. I gotta do it for the Maple Leafs fans. Now, I'm not a fan of the Leafs. I'm a big Habs fan. I'm one of the biggest Habs fans you could meet. They make me super depressed, but we're not here to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. We're here to talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm so damn excited for NHL 22. I'm just jumping into franchise mode for the first time. I actually just played a regular one-on-one offline game, and it's honestly the most fun I've had in-game screwing around I've had in a very long time, at least since NHL 14, so that's a good sign, right? New to franchise mode? No, I've been here, done that. Coaching's basically the same, yada, yada, yada. I know I complained a lot about the colors in my deep dive assessment, but we don't care about that anymore, okay? It doesn't look that bad. Kind of reminds me of NHL 16? So we'll go all around the place. This is episode 0, year number 1 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. 54 seasons. How many of my viewers are 54? If I go into analytics, not a lot. So nobody watching right now has probably experienced a Stanley Cup in Toronto. That's legitimately insane. It's 54 years. How could you be a fan of that team well, they've had a lot of great stories come out of there. Matt Sundin, Doug Gilmour, Salming. They have a whole lot of history, but we don't care about the past. Let the past die. Okay, as one Kylo Ren would say. We are here in the present day now. This isn't the updated rosters. This is episode 0. We're not going to do a whole lot. And it looks like the trade value has been... Why is Mitch Marner's trade value like nothing? Is that new? Okay, this is all new to me. Anything else? Yeah, it's basically the same, but trade value is a little different, so it looks like it's just... Have they just moved it down? I'm not too sure. Hopefully it's not like NHL 21 where you could trade Bobby Ryan for 3 first-round draft picks. Still gotta get used to Seattle in the league. It's gonna take a while for me to remember them. So, bear with me. Today we're just gonna talk about the roster and where I see this team going, and if it's a 3 to 5 year franchise mode, you know what we're doing. We're competing right now. And I think I only did that with the Flames so far in my franchise mode, I guess history. So I don't usually take competing teams, but I had to do something with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So GM Kyle Dubas, step out of the way. GM Thumbs is here to save the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's check view contracts. Now, the biggest problem, as everybody talks about, it is cap space. Currently, we only have $1.5 million. That's a bottom 6 player, if you're lucky. So that's not too great. We'll start with centers, because center depth on this team is okay. You have Austin Matthews, the reigning Rocket Richard winner, who is the center of this franchise mode. He's a beast. He's got an X factor, and you know what? I was sort of iffy on the X factors. I wasn't sure if it's going to be a gimmick thing. I'm not still too sure because I haven't actually simulated yet. But what I've seen off Twitter and a couple people playing around, apparently X factors really, or at least, they affect simulation. And Austin Matthews is a guy who is going to be here for the entire franchise mode unless I can trade him for Connor McDavid. You gotta love him. He's the best player, probably the most talented player they've had in franchise history. I know, that is a huge what? How could you say that? I'm pure talent-wise. How can you not? Now, cap space is a problem. Austin Matthews absolutely deserves it. Jonathan Tavares. Why? Come on, don't disrespect Jonathan Tavares, Owen. Come on, get it together. He's the captain. It would be messed up if I traded him anywhere. That's 4 years. Ooh, it looks like he's sort of slowing down now. I'm gonna do this franchise mode with basically base rosters. I'm gonna create a couple of custom players like Matvei Michkov, Kent Johnson, and a couple of other guys around the league, but nothing insane until we get to our next franchise mode, because I just want to, we can laugh about it, we can have fun. That's what this first one is. So, bear with me. I know I say that a lot. Adam Kerfoot, why did you just not let him go? They should have held on to McCann. That was a huge L from Kyle Dubas. Jason Spezza, how can you not love him? I just finished watching the All or Nothing Toronto Maple Leafs documentary. As a Habs fan, it felt really nice to get to that final episode. Chef kiss, but I can feel for the fans and this franchise, because for the longest time I thought they have it. This is like a dynasty in the making. And then a pandemic happened. They lose to the Bruins a couple times. They lose to Columbus and Montreal and Washington. They haven't won a playoff series since 2004? That's a long time. That's a long time. Now, Depth-wise, I didn't think the Leafs did a great job in the offseason. You know, they brought on Nick Ritchie. That's cool. Mikheyev's hurt. He just got injured, broken thumb. He's out for 8 weeks, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use him. Just, you know, that'd sort of be... I could, because it's a video game, and I might. Or I could just put him in the AHL for a little bit to make this more interesting. Who knows? Michael Bunting, who I thought was a defenseman for the longest time, had a hat trick in preseason. Not sure where I see him fitting in my lineup. And then you got Engvall, who I'm for sure going to move. $1.15 million for that. He could still grow, but he doesn't even... He's 6'4" and does not use his frame in the slightest. Right wingers, we were pretty deep on the right wingers. Wayne the Pain Train Simmons, gotta love him. Kosh? Is it Kosh? Oh, here we go. New franchise mode, me butchering names. How it wouldn't be a 3 thumbs up episode without that. So, Andre Kosh, 25 years of age. I might edit this Leafs team just a little bit, but first episode, this is basically what we have. William Nylander, who is my second favorite Toronto Maple Leaf. We'll get to my first, and I'll just love him so much. We'll talk. I don't even hate the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that might be wrong for me to say as a Habs fan. But I don't think I've done a franchise mode with a rival team that I dislike, and I don't dislike the Leafs. I love narratives, and sports have a lot of them. How can you... I was talking about it earlier, and I said it's sort of the same feeling as cheering on Ovechkin when he won the Stanley Cup. It has to happen, you know? It's sort of a thing that you gotta see in your lifetime. So, who knows? Mitch Marner. Now, we gotta get to Mitch Marner. He does have a couple of X factors, and that's a thing that I'm not super used to just yet, so it's gonna take a hot second, but it looks like it creates some distance between a Mitch Marner and a William Nylander, because he's got a zone ability. Is that like a gold and silver sort of thing? I gotta read up on it. I'm new to this. Or I guess everybody's brand new to NHL 22. Mitch Marner. I don't see... Well, we do have the big, 4 or 5? Mitch Marner, Tavares, Nylander, did I say Matthews, Riley? That's basically it. Do you see any of me... Do I see myself moving any of them? Mitch Marner, potentially. That is a lot of gosh darn cap space, and the more I look at it, the more I'm like, okay, but it is Mitch Marner. He did score on a 100-point pace last year, or a 99.68%, somewhere around there. I like our righties. Now, I might play Nylander on the left wing. Who knows? Who friggin' knows? Let's talk about the defense, and honestly, round of applause. Round of applause for the Toronto Maple Leafs, because that's something you could look at 3 years ago and look, wow, that is the worst part of this team. But now, it's not a mediocre decor. You have 5 legit guys. You have a 1 or 2 top pairing guys and a nice, bottom 4. And then Biega, who I don't see on my lineup opening night. Well, I guess we'll get to it. We'll see. Rasmus Sandin is definitely a part of the future here, as long as he's cheap. Hopefully. Morgan Riley, that is also a question, because his contract is up at the end of the year. We're not going to offer him a contract right now, but how much is he looking for? 8 over 7 years. That would bring him to like 34, 35 years of age. We got around $10 million this offseason. That's a hunk of change right there. Maybe we move Morgan Riley for maybe a mid-tier defenseman and a couple of depth forwards. That could, it could potentially work out for us. Let's talk about my favorite Toronto Maple Leaf, and I gotta edit this. For sure I gotta edit my boy Jack Campbell, who is definitely the starter for the Toronto Maple Leafs. At least make them both in 83 or 84s. I'm not too sure, but I want to hear your opinions in the comments down below. Always, consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing this with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. On the road to 2K subscribers, Hutchinson. Cool. Mrazek's making 3.6. I mean, if I can move that and just go for just a random goalie in free agency, because I'm not sure how goalies simulate in this game. In NHL 21, goalies were the bane of my existence. But Jack Campbell can do no wrong. I love him forever and always. He's like a golden retriever in human form. He is James Reimer. You know what I mean? I love it. Now, moving in to the system. Joseph Wall, he could be a backup for us in a couple of seasons. Ian Scott, maybe more of a trade asset in my eyes. That's the goalies. Defensemen, we got Liljegren chilling down here, who could definitely make his debut for us right out of the gate, or a trade asset, because we gotta get nifty. This is the closest I've been to the salary floor to starter franchise mode. So I gotta put my thinking cap on. My assistant general managers in the comments down below gotta help me out, because this X Factor thing could really shake things up. I really like it. Now, prospect-wise, the Leafs have definitely drained the prospect pool, because most of them have graduated or traded away in deals to bolster the lineup, like when they traded away Grundstrom and Sean Dursey? Was it Sean Dursey to LA for Muzzin? So they've kind of gone that route. That's what I would do if I was GM. I don't think they've made any wrong turns. I don't think Kyle Dubas, maybe with negotiating, and I definitely play hardball with negotiating. I will never lose, never ever, unless the times that I do, and we're not going to talk about those times. But there's a whole lot of ways we can go. You got a guy like Joey Anderson, who was, I think, from New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey Devils prospect or draft pick. He's not really a prospect anymore. I could see him as a bottom, maybe a fourth line guy for us this season. Curtis Gabriel, he's just a big guy that he plays no part in the future here in Toronto. Cini, is he a former? I feel we have so many Devils on this team. Yeah. Was that? I feel they dumped Kapanen and Janssen in the same offseason. Did they not? I think they did. Gogolev, not a whole lot of depth. Yeah, we don't got any prospects, basically. Any center prospects? Nick Robertson, he's going to have to stay in the AHL one more year. I do like that low elite. I'm not necessarily sure if he is a low elite, but he has a whole lot of talent. Great shot. Because I am the Toronto Maple Leafs now, and I have to accept that. Adam Brooks just got claimed by the Montreal Canadiens, so I'm going to wait a day, because the NHL season actually starts today, October 12th, the year of our Lord, 2021. So I'm going to wait for that roster update, because it usually gets updated after the first day. We'll come back. We lose Adam Brooks. That sucks. I really love what he brings to the table. I'm going to love him in Montreal. But that does suck. He should be probably a tad better than that. Abramov, depth how do low top sixes grow in this game? Because I feel like in the last 6 NHL games, they just don't grow. But he might. He's a decent little prospect, 20 years of age. Then you have SDA. Semyon Dyargachentsev. That is the best. That's too bad. Probably a trading asset or a depth guy for us in the future, because if it's a 3 to 5 year franchise mode, we are very much in win now. And if he has some trade value, you better believe He's out of here. He's out of here. And we do have Amito, who is going to be more of a depth guy for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We don't got a great depth pool of prospects. There's nothing here in the system except Robertson, Abramov. That's basically it. But that's okay. That is okay. Because I do see this team competing right out of the gate. This team should absolutely compete, no problem in simulation. It's going to take some, working around lines, see how chemistry and everything works this year. But I do like our chances in year one. Oh, that is really cool to see. So the first line here has a +5. Not sure if I'm going to keep it that way. You want to kind of spread the love here. Mikheyev, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him in the lineup because he's injured IRL. I could, it's a video game. It's up to you in the comments. Tell me what you think. I could go Nylander. For screw up. We could do +2. Did they have +2s in the last game? Wasn't it +1, +3, and +5? Or am I wrong? That's not too bad. Maybe Kosh on the... No, that's not going to work. Yeah, this is going to take a lot of work to get this team looking pretty. But right there, as it is, without any finagling... That's a fun word. Finagling. Fun times. That's not a bad lineup. Opening night, I would love to upgrade the depth. That's all this team really needs is some cheap guys. And to make room, who goes? And yes, the cap will raise in the first couple of years, but not by enough. TJ Brody's got to be a little better than that, right? 82 overall. Yeah, absolutely. Jake Muzzin's. Yeah, this defensive core, sick. I don't have to touch anything there. Maybe take out Biega, throw in, probably Sandin. Is Sandin chilling up here in the NHL? How does he fit chemistry-wise? Maybe we go Sandin and Muzzin on the first pairing, Justin Hall there. +2s all around. This could be very, very, very fun. It's going to be very fun. Now, X Factors wise, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, Tavares, and Nylander. I don't think nobody else should have X Factors here. Defensively, Muzzin doesn't have any. Okay. I guess they're pretty, they're pretty sparing, with X Factors. I'm okay with that. I'm glad everybody doesn't have an X Factor. So Morgan Rielly is our only defenseman with an X Factor. He's a beauty. That's a defenseman who you could definitely use as a trade asset. That's all I'm saying. And the goalie situation. Jack Campbell's going to be my guy when I edit the rosters. Just a little bit. Just a tad. It's going to be base rosters. Just a little bit, just because my OCD, just a little bit. HL-wise, first couple of seasons, I'm not too worried. We'll just make sure Nick Robertson and a couple of other guys are set to go. Did I see all the prospects? Did I? Okay, I didn't see. Okay, well, hold on. Yeah, I think we basically saw everything. Yeah, any depth guys that could come up? Oh, it's gonna be close. Maybe Joey Anderson. But the trade value has me intrigued. Let me check around the league. Just real quick. I gotta sneeze. Hold it in, Owen. Come on, episode 0. You can do this. Suck it in. We're good. Okay. Trade value wise. So if I go to a team like Anaheim, is their trade value? Yeah. So, okay. Now, how much would it take to bring over a Zegras? Would it have to be like a Mitch Marner and Zegras have around the same trade value? Or it's close. Oh, and props to Arizona for changing their logo. That's really cool. So trade value has changed. I'm okay with it. Something a little different. That's cool with me. You know Arizona is rebuilding. Okay, now, if I'm going balls to the wall, Phil Kessel, right? He's making $6.8 million, but Phil Kessel is a third-line scorer or a top 6 player? Oh, there's so many possibilities. I'm so extremely hyped for this game. I didn't think I was going to be, but I am. I'm so excited. This is going to be a challenge and a half. Something new, something different. I don't think I'm going to go through every team. You can do that on your own time because NHL just dropped an hour and a half ago. If you pre-ordered it. So Rasmus Dahlin could well, it is Buffalo. And I could no, I can't do that to Buffalo. That's too messed up. Wow, how much trade value does Connor McDavid have? Is he full bar? He's full bar. So it is okay. I dig it. I definitely dig it. A whole lot of possibilities here. Barkov only having trade value is different. I'm still not over that. Okay, so a lot of decisions to make, but I truly believe we can finagle. I've used that word too many times. Once too many in this video. Actually, draft class. Yeah, draft class. What's up, draft class? Maybe throw in a couple of guys here or there. Yeah. Shane Wright is the big guy. We won't be tanking for Wright, but who knows? Who knows how the simulation is to us this year? Hopefully good. Please, EA gods. It's always up in the air year one. I truly believe we can win a Stanley Cup here in Toronto because I am GM Thumbs and I don't take L's unless I do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share this with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I will see you in episode 1 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ciao.